Zack Martin Show here on 105.3 The Fan. We do it every Thursday here in the GBag Nation, and Zack joins us now live from the Star. And a good afternoon, sir. How the heck are you?
Doing well. How are you?
Doing great. You know, looking forward to this weekend and all that. Sorry about Sunday night, man. I imagine that was not a lot of fun to be involved in. What are your thoughts on it?
No, it wasn't. It was a tough one. I mean, you got to look at yourself in the mirror. We got our asses kicked, and you know, but we talk about it all the time. That's the beautiful thing about this league is you got to pick up and get up because you're going to have a game a week later. So it's all about how you respond. And I think the you know, the guys have been great this week, coming back ready to work.
I know.
Yeah, Coach McCarthy afterwards said he's not a flush the tape kind of guy. So when you guys went back and watched it, what did you learn? And are you able to kind of use maybe that pissed offness to kind of attack the Chargers this week?
Yeah, no, and I agree with that. I think, you know, you gotta look at yourself in the mirror. Like I said, you know, there's no hiding from something like that. So it was good. We dove into the tape, learned from it, and then, you know, got onto the Chargers. But, you know, obviously, you know, I can speak offensively. We got off to a slow start and just never really got in a rhythm. And you know, it starts up front. And you know, obviously there's a ton of things to clean up. But like I said, the good thing about this is we get another crack at it this week.
Zach, you know, and you mentioned, and you're talking about everything that, you know, you're being really honest about it and stuff like that. And you talk about the slow start. Was it really, when you go back and look at it, was it more about what San Francisco did to you guys, or was it you felt like that maybe you just didn't get off to the start you need game plan wise, or you know, with the sequence of the first couple of series that you guys had?
You know, I don't think. I mean, they didn't do anything that surprised us. I mean, they're you know, they're a defense that lines up and plays. Yeah. I think you know, obviously we needed a little more sense of urgency coming out of the gate there, and to get going, because the biggest thing versus teams like that and a defense like that is you got to get into rhythm, and you got to get you know, you got to get your drives going. And you know, unfortunately we went 3 and out there a couple times to start, and then had a turnover. So you know, again, a ton of things to clean up, a lot of things to learn from, and you know, good for our young guys to learn too, because you know, the train keeps moving.
Speaking of the young guys, is everybody as confident as Micah Parsons? Think you could take him if you get another shot?
Say it again, sorry.
Is everybody as confident as your lead young guy, Micah Parsons? He is super confident.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think we have a ton of confidence in this team. We can line up and play against anyone. You know, unfortunately, you know, you got to tip your caps to the Niners. That was their night, and they got after us. But you know, this team doesn't lack confidence, and we know we can line up against anyone in this league.
Zach, you know, and I mean, I've been around football a long time, and you know, being a scout and stuff like that, so I understand the emotion and watched a lot of games from the sidelines through the years. Talk about that. I mean, people see emotion in players, and they feel like that, well, they're bitching about this or something wrong, bad body language and all that. Is it a lot of it just frustration of how the game's going because of how competitive you guys are?
Yeah, absolutely. And it's just, you know, people don't always understand the amount of work and time and effort that we all put into this thing. Coaches, players, support staff, scouts, all those guys. We put a ton of time and effort into it. And when you go out and lay an egg, I mean, it's frustrating.
Sure.
So yeah, that's really what it comes down to, is frustration, because we know what we're capable of, and when you go out there and do something like that, it's disappointing.
Did you see the George Kittle F Dallas shirt that's been making the rounds, and what did you think about that?
You know what? I did see it, and you know, it's tough to say anything when you go out when you get your butts whooped like that. So you know, more power to them, and like I said, we're well aware that you know, we're going to see those guys again later in the season, so we'll be ready for it.
We were pumped to finally see the starting 5 that you guys have envisioned having, with Tyron and Tyler back together on the left side, of course, Biotish, you, and then Steele. We hear all the time about the importance of having that front 5 playing together, staying together, the cohesive nature of an offensive line. Can you kind of let some insight on the importance of that? Maybe early on you got Tyler and Tyron over there on the left. Doesn't affect you maybe, but how they'll grow and probably just improve as the season goes on, playing alongside each other.
Yeah, I think, you know, the offensive line, as you know, is very unique. You know, in the fact, you know, we have 5 guys on the field at all time, and you know, it really takes all 5 of us to get the job done, and just the ability to continue to get in those reps together, and feeling the guy you're playing next to, just understanding how he plays and how you kind of play off it and vice versa. So we're just going to continue to get in those reps and excited to get those 5 guys out there. I will say, I've been really proud of some of our younger guys. They've been asked to do a lot at the start of the season. Sure. A lot of guys rotating in there, and they've done a nice job. So, I feel we're doing it the right way. We just got to keep at it and keep getting better.
As you look forward to this game this week against the Chargers, your thoughts on Monday Night Football to begin with? Are you like, let's wake up at noon and play on Sunday guy? Or are you like, I remember just waiting around sucked. That's what I hated.
I've changed throughout my career. When I first got in, I kind of liked the night games, and then the older I've gotten, I'm definitely which doesn't happen very much here, but I'm definitely a wake up and get going kind of guy. But Monday night is obviously a different animal a little bit. It's amazing what one extra day or one less day on a week does. I mean, we were talking about it today. I feel like it's really our Wednesday. And it feels like we're playing in a day or two, but we've got a few more days, and then vice versa. When you come, this year's a little different because we're going into a bye. But when you're coming off that Monday night game, one less day really accelerates that week.
Now, when you come home, are your kids old enough now to know wins and losses, or are they the same no matter what?
My son definitely is. He woke me up Monday morning. I was sleeping, and he was very aware that we lost. But he more importantly just wants to make sure I'm all right, and nice. Always asks how my legs are doing and all that kind of stuff. So put stuff in perspective when you come home to your little ones.
For sure.
Checking on you.
Do you miss the days though at Notre Dame after the game and you go get hammered and have a bunch of beers?
Yeah, I mean there's nothing. That's what I'm saying. Better than a 3:30 kick, 2:30 kick in South Bend.
Yeah,
going out to CJ's pub after.
Yeah, CJ's after beat USC. Something like that. That's a hell of a lot of fun. Kid pulling on your covers is kind of a different thing, isn't it?
It is very different. But hey, we got a big one this week, SC Notre Dame.
You sure do. So what is that rivalry like, SC and Notre Dame? Obviously, last week didn't go the way that you wanted it to, but you can bounce back and maybe ruin the Trojan season with a win.
Yeah, absolutely. And that for us is now, especially because we don't play some of our old rivals, the Michigan States like that. USC is kind of that one that's circled, and it's going to be 50 degrees and rainy in South Bend, so it's looking good for the Irish as far as the elements.
I was sitting there thinking, I don't know why this thought popped in my head, but I was thinking about the drum guys at Notre Dame with that band.
Yeah.
Did you ever have to wear a kilt? Did you ever ask you to wear one of those kilts they have? They come marching out there in that kilt, and I was thinking, man, some of those cold days, I don't think I'd be wearing one of those.
Yeah, I never put one on, but they, it's pretty cool. They practice in the parking lot at the stadium throughout the week, so you're constantly hearing them and seeing them running around. But no, myself, I've never put on a kilt.
Well, I'll tell you, we played at Notre Dame in '86 when I was at LSU, and you bastards made us practice in the parking lot. Seriously, your drum. We were out there like this, and we can't go on this hollowed field that we play on. So
that was back when we were growing the grass out.
Yeah, you're growing the grass out, making that thing slow for those SEC teams to come rolling through there.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Dude, we've got to get you in some bagpipes and kilts, man. I think you would crush that look.
I kind of feel like that Zach would be good at that telephone pole toss thing.
For sure.
Where you kind of like hoist it.
I've seen that, yeah.
Zach, you've seen that Strongest
Man
Man
the
contest.
Strong Man?
Yeah, where you like hold a battery out in front for like 60 minutes. The guy's like, this Andrews, he's doing it. It's unbelievable. That kind of thing. I think you can get you to do that, right?
Yeah, maybe get behind that.
Yes.
That would be exceptional. Now, Zach, before we let you go, being a Monday game, how does the future Hall of Famer take in a Sunday of football when you have the Monday night? Or are you a red zone guy, Sunday ticket? Do you lock into one matchup? What's the plan?
Well, we'll be traveling, so we'll be in the air for the the afternoon slate. I'll catch the Sunday night game for sure, and just kind of relax. But when you play on the road, especially out in California with that long flight, we'll probably be in the air for most of those games. But normally, whatever's on TV. I've never done the red zone or anything like that. Just kind of whatever's on.
Do you get TV on the plane? Can you watch games on the plane?
No, we don't have live TV on the plane.
Wow.
That'd be my one knock there. We don't have live TV.
We'll put in a call for it.
Can you take care of that?
Yeah. Hey, Zach, I was going to ask you too about the one time. Did they still put the goodie bags in the chairs?
Oh yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
do
yeah,
you ever take someone's goodie bag next to you? You ever thought about switching out your candy?
Well,
Because
what
I
you
did it
do
all the
is
time to the media.
You get in with the flight attendants, and
There
then they
you
give
go.
you the options.
Tammy and them all.
Would you
Yeah,
like
they
the
all
peanut
like it.
M&Ms? Would you
Yeah.
like the Reese cups?
Yeah.
You know, which one are you looking for?
What's the post-game meal like on the plane?
I'm not a big post-game meal guy on the
Okay.
plane. You know, we get something after the game at the stadium. I'll usually eat a little bit of that, but my appetite. I usually don't have much of an appetite after the game, so I'm kind of hold off till Monday morning.
Have the Rangers won enough to get on your radar?
They have, yeah. No, I'm into like I said before. I'm into the October baseballs when I kind of start tuning in. So I watched a little bit last night. Who won the Houston game?
It's Houston,
Yeah,
so it's
So
Rangers
Houston,
Astros.
Dallas. Yeah.
Yeah.
When does that start?
Sunday night.
Sunday night.
Sunday
7
night,
o'clock.
all right.
Right when you're getting into L.A.
Yeah.
Well, give him hell out there, man. We'll be pulling for you.
Well, I appreciate it, fellas. Talk next week.